So it is Monday. I don't know if I'll get this video out today or tomorrow, but tomorrow we start travelling for the expo. Stage one is to travel to my parents so we can drop off the cats for them to look after, and also pick up all the promotional materials which are there that my brother dropped off there because he's on holiday at the moment, so he's dropped them all off there because he can't come to the expo until Friday. We've got to pick up all of the banners and flyers and everything else. So that's step one. And then Wednesday we'll be at my mum and dad's, and I will just be going through everything, sorting everything out, making sure it's all ready to go, and then doing like a food run or like a supplies run of other things we might need and want. And then first thing Thursday morning we're off to Birmingham. We'll be heading there as early as we can be bothered to get up, but I'd like to be there quite early. And we'll be setting up in the halls first thing. That's our first step because we can't check into our hotel till about 3 o'clock. And then the show preview is on Thursday night, which is a sort of little mini con. You can apply for a table, which we did, and we've got a table. We're table 99. I don't quite know what the layout is, so I don't know what that means, but that's our table number. So the industry people and press and people who've applied for those entry to that early event can come around and you can talk to them about your game and show off your game. People will be trying to sell games there to publishers, I imagine, or like just trying to advertise them or get reviewers to look at them. We are obviously very early days. We've got a couple of prototypes with us and the Kickstarter is still in pre-launch, so this is more about us getting a lay of the land rather than like a hard pitch to people. If people love the game, great, wonderful, but this is us kind of trying to build an audience, trying to up our sort of follower count basically. My sort of soft goals are I would love to get this channel to 2,000 subscribers, so I'm going to try and push this at the expo. So that's my goal there, and we're kind of thinking we'd like to get 500 people following the Kickstarter, which we think will be a good base for us to kind of build off of. That's just following the launch page. Link below, you can just save the launch page and it tells you how many people are doing that, and then you're looking for the click-through rate, so you need quite a fairly sizable number of people watching it for the click-through rate to actually turn into backers. We're not entirely sure if that's a realistic goal to try and get to in such a short space of time, but we're going to give it a try. We're going to see what we can do really. So 2,000 subscribers on this channel and hopefully about 500 people watching the Kickstarter, and is our sort of top goal, and we'll be happy if we hit that. That would be kind of really good. But this is the most ambitious project I guess we've undertaken. Well, not necessarily the most ambitious project I've ever worked on, but it's definitely the one that's kind of the most, a lot's riding on it. I don't know. I mean, I wanted to make a video today, even though I'm in kind of a funny mood, because I want to. The intention of this channel was for it to be a behind-the-scenes look at all the projects and stuff that I'm working on, and it sort of slowly morphed, not unintentionally, but it just kind of happened that it became a bit more about me talking about my philosophy regarding tabletop RPGs. And I do sometimes feel that I've never done a video that's quite as good as my first video, the one that sort of gave the channel that massive boost at the start. And I'm okay. I'm proud enough of what I've done, but I think I've never beaten that video. I think I kind of had that one really good idea, and I wasn't expecting to be building off of that, and I've kind of floundered about a bit. But like I say, the intention of this was always to be a behind-the-scenes look at the stuff I'm working on, rather than it be a influencer channel. Is that what the idea is, or like a talking head kind of channel? I'm a bit too old, I think, to really fully understand what an influencer is, but I wasn't trying to be one by any stretch of the imagination, and I'm obviously not one. But I do feel like I'm a bit lost sometimes when I think about this channel. Like I don't know what I want it to be, or what I need it to do, or what I want to do with it. Because I'm working on all these creative projects. I'm working on, my writing, and I'm working on the board game, and I'm working on the mega game, and I'm working on all these creative projects. And then but I know I've got this YouTube channel as a really good platform that I could do something with, but I'm never quite sure what to do with it. So I try to put out some interesting content. I think I don't get caught up doing content, but I don't want to neglect it. Like I don't want to push to do this as a career. That's not my objective, because I have all my creative projects that I'm working on. But I do quite enjoy doing this. I do quite enjoy these elements. I really hope this video is usable because it's quite a ramble, but please stick with me, and I appreciate if you do bother to watch it, but be warned. So I've never really properly committed to this channel, I don't think, that the way I could have done, or perhaps the way I should have done. I don't want to go fully vlog influencery type style, like review style or anything like that. I will do a video diary of the con, because again, this was intended to be behind the scenes, which I thought would be interesting. So I will do a video diary of our first experience as being full exhibitors at the UK Games Expo, and then other cons and things that we go to, and like our planning behind that. So I will do some videos about that, because I just think that's good. Unfortunately, I am not a natural vlogger, or like I don't have that kind of I must document my life kind of mindset, so I will constantly forget to film things that would be good for this channel, or even take photographs. Like I've run 2 mega games and I haven't taken a single photograph during any of them, because it just hasn't occurred to me. Luckily I've had people there who are like conscious of that, and my brother was at the second one, who was a professional photographer and designer, so he took a lot of photos. But yeah, it just doesn't occur to me to do those things. I ran the Live Fest for a literature festival not that long ago, and it didn't occur to me to take photographs or tweet about it or blog or do anything about it, even though it was really interesting and really good, and it had lots of like guests of people like promoting their works and stuff. But it just didn't occur to me to do any of those things, because that's not I'm not naturally inclined to do them. So if I was an influencer, I'd be a very bad influencer. No one would ever invest in me. I want to start doing more live stream games as well, because we did a live stream game of Fiasco, which you can find on my channel if you go to the live ones, and it was really good, I think. Or just the setup's really good and everything, kind of the game went really well. So I think I could do more of that. Live streaming games, I think, is a solid idea, because I just love running games. It's just what I want to do, to playing running games, because it's such a creative process, it's such a uniquely creative process, or at least in the way that I like to play. And not everyone plays that way, as I've learned from my brief stint on TikTok. There are some very aggressive wargamers who are very convinced that they are running the games, their way of running is correct, but I prefer to run creatively. So I want to do more of that. I'm gonna launch a couple new things. I'm gonna launch a Twitch channel, which is going to be very casual, just me kind of playing games mostly, just because I've enjoyed doing that in the past, and it's a good relaxation sort of come down. And if I don't program those things into my schedule, I don't have fun. This is weird. Like if I don't plan to do something fun, I tend to not do it. Like I tend to not be able to stop and do something. I can procrastinate, but I don't find procrastinating fun. And my procrastination at the moment is to watch House for the 3rd time. So I'm just binging House again, which is a complete waste of time, and I don't really enjoy it. But that's procrastinating for you. You're not supposed to enjoy it. If I could procrastinate in a way that I do something that's fun, then that would be less of a strain of my mental health. So if I can do something fun like that, I want to arrange and do an all-nighter stream, an all-nighter live stream. At some point I will do that, hopefully early June. I've got to figure out into my schedule. Hopefully I'm running more games, more paid games in June as well, which will be a lot of fun. I really want to start a Patreon, which will have tiers that will include access to the mega games, because I want to run more mega games. I want to potentially run a mega game every couple of months. Access to like one-shot games on my Discord as well. It would include. So yeah, stuff like that I can do quite easily, that I'm sort of doing anyway, but that ones we could filter through and bring in a larger audience to. And I just need the necessity to have a regular, established kind of work order to what I'm doing. I don't talk about very much personal stuff on here, or my like as in my mental health or my situations and things. I mention them obviously, but I don't tend to be particularly honest on social media, just because it makes me uncomfortable to do that. But maybe I'll do some more of that in the live stuff, because it's hard to not be yourself in those situations. I don't know what this video is about. I guess it's about me trying to figure out how I relate to YouTube and what I want to achieve on YouTube. But also it's a preview of this video diary thing that I'm going to do at the UK Games Expo. I've told Kaylee, my other half, to be like, we're going to film a thing, and if I'm forgetting to film things, you need to be filming me doing the things that I'm doing. So we're going to try and to keep that up. Just as a side note, let me see if I've got enough camera lead here. This is my bag. I've started packing my games for the expo. We can see XCOM, the board game, there, and just as the other packing thing there is just little. Hello, hello, mate. You can be with us, isn't he? He would come with us if he could. So there you go. There's a bit of cat-based action for you. Oh God, no, that camera's all wonky. Oh no, that looks correct. It looks like we're correct again. Yeah, so that's me just checking in. I really am keen to make the games thing work and build a brand and build a creative brand. I keep saying influencer. I don't know if influencer is the right term. I'm too old to know what an influencer is. I'm not trying to build an influencer brand where I sit here and everyone comes on here to hear me talk poetically about review D&D or whatever. Because I'm not an expert in those fields anyway. I'm not an expert in board games, or I'm not an expert in anything really. And I'm not that interested in being one. I'm not interested in learning every single game. There are people that do that and know that, have that knowledge, and I watch their channels, and there's people that know that better than me. I just know how I like to do things. I want to build the brand out of the things that I make. The mega game, this board game, which is one of 3 board games I've been working on at the moment. All the actual play stuff I'm hoping to keep working on, I think we should be able to revive once we get this first series out. We should be able to revive to get more shows of that. And I just think that there's value in that entertainment, which is ultimately what I want to make. I want to make entertainment as opposed to, I want to make a product, and I don't necessarily want that product to be me. I'm not the product, as it were. Like if there was this channel was sort of running independently and I was just the brains behind it, I'd sort of be fine with that. But yeah, for now you're stuck with me on camera, because there's no way around that. Sorry. So after I finish this, I'm going to go pack my bags for the Game Expo, trim my beard down because it's a bit out of control. And just kind of get ready for that, because it's going to be sort of the biggest thing we've taken on in a while, and I'm hoping that it leads to more. But it is us testing the water to see what this is like, this world is like from that side of things, from the exhibitor's side of things, or at least a more involved version of the exhibitor's side of things, and how we could pursue that in the future, and what we can get out of it and what we can achieve. It's a real push to a sort of first step in the door of a potentially very different, in a year's time things could be very different. Yeah, it's a bit overwhelming, but at the same time I don't relax well, or at least I don't relax unless it's on my schedule and planned for, which is something that I haven't really learned about myself. I only learned about myself sort of recently, that's how I operate. And I will always I will take on tasks that I don't need to take on in order to turn my fun more like work, because I don't know how to have fun if I'm not supposed to be doing it. Really, I'm just hoping that I can turn my hobbies into a career, because I just wanted to have a job that I love and do something that I love and be able to have a life built around those things, as opposed to those things being little side things that take up my free time. If that can be my life, my work, and then I don't know. I don't think I'm going to get any more eloquent the more I record, so I'm going to call it there. We are going to the UK Games Expo, as I've mentioned. We will be in Hall 2, stand 799A if you are going to be there. Links below to the Kickstarter pre-launch page for the board game that we're taking there. All my social medias, all my other the Linktree links, Discord and everything else you can find down there in my Linktree. If you want to support this channel at all, go to our Ko-fi at the moment. I am working on structuring a Patreon that will probably go out somewhere in June. and we'll see how well the expo goes. It might change my idea of what we're going to be doing, but yeah, I'm working on the structure of that. But yeah, for now, if you want to support us on Ko-fi, it's very much appreciated. Everything's going towards us going to the expo at the moment, and just sort of keeping ourselves alive while we're there. Thank you. Please do like and subscribe, and check out all my other videos. They're not as strange mental health rambles as this one is, but yeah, thank you for watching, and hopefully I'll see you at the expo. If not, I'll just see you in the next video. The end.